Alright, hi, hello, how are you? You're looking very fine today. I like that shirt you're wearing. Very nice. I do hope you are dressed while watching my videos, but you know what? You do you, okay? Let's not make this uncomfortable. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about this little software that I've been using for about 6 months now. And I have completely fallen in love with it. I really like it, and I want you guys to know about it and potentially be a Blender stan with me. Perhaps if you're interested in making like 3D animation or just adding something new to your 2D art skills by adding 3D knowledge into it, keep on watching, because Blender is a great free software, and we are going to discuss more of the advantages that you can gain from learning Blender and why is it so great in my opinion. I kind of hate it when people side-eye open source programs and free programs, and they just go like, when the software is free, you are the product. Like, okay. You just gotta work with what you have. And sometimes people don't have 200 bucks laying around for a software, or even 50 bucks, to be honest. So like, free is the only way to go, then use the free open source program. And plus, this is a great software, okay? Trust me. So yeah, one advantage for you, it is free, period. Download it now. I'll wait. Pause this video. How, you download it? Okay, nice. Good for you. You made a very good choice, unless your computer is very low on space and you kind of force it to put. I hope you have space for your software. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about Blender is that you don't have to have you don't you don't have to start you don't have to start learning about 3D in Blender if you are not interested in 3D. Alright, because I didn't follow a 3D tutorial on my first try with Blender. I followed a grease pencil tutorial, and if you want to watch the video, I'll put it somewhere around the screen here or down below in the description box. I followed the 2D animation tutorial, and then I was getting more interested with trying out 3D after I was getting more comfortable with the software. So you don't have to try 3D if you're like intimidated by it. There's a lot of things that Blender provides for you to try out, such as the whole 3D pipeline, or the 2D animation, the visual effects, video editing even, yeah, color grading, and also compositing. So you can start in a lot of branches that Blender has provided. So yeah, that's good, that's great, that gives you a lot of opportunities to experiment, so go ahead. All right, next one is um, motorcycles. All right, great. Next, so the next one is good for those people who are interested in 3D itself. I'm letting you know a secret. You don't have to be good at drawing to learn 3D. No. What you need to have, the most important part if you want to learn 3D, is have a good amount of knowledge in filmmaking. That is key, because when you're doing a 3D illustration or 3D art or 3D set or 3D animation or something like that, you need to have knowledge about filmmaking, because it's basically filmmaking in a 3D world, which is close to our world, literally our world in 3D. So you have to know lighting and set design and keyframes and whatever the film terms are. So make sure you prepare yourself with a lot of filming knowledge when you are learning with Blender as well. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is the integration of 2D and 3D using Blender. Now this is personally my favorite part, the thing that has made me fallen in love with Blender. Now let me give you an example. So I stumbled on Marco Bucci's video, and in this video he talked about how he turned a 2D image into a 3D set. Like, if you watch the video, I really suggest you go watch video. It will make you feel like you would want to learn Blender right away, you know. But yeah, in that video, he showed you how to change a 2D plane into a 3D set, which is so cool. Like, I watched that video so many times. Like, Marco, if you're watching this video, I watched that video for like about 10 times now. Now, why? Because I repeatedly watched that video because I wanted to recreate that, and I actually was able to apply what he learned in my own animation assignments. So I was able to change two of my environment paintings into 3D sets for my bouncing balls animation. I will talk more about my bouncing balls animation in the future in a future video, but here's, let me give like a taste of that video. But yeah, I was able to turn the 2D image into a 3D set, which is, I was like, when I was doing that, I was like, oh my god, mom, dad, come watch. Like, that didn't happen because my mom and dad is not interested in this. But like, I was like, this, why aren't people doing it? This is so cool. Like, it adds so much fun to your animation process because it's like 2D, but you can control it in 3D space. You know, it's really cool. Like, you have to try it. So now let's go to, I think the best part about using Blender, it is the community. Yeah. So the community of having an open source program such as Blender is so good because you can go to YouTube, you search Blender tutorials, and there's literally tons, tons and tons of YouTube tutorials for you to follow. This software really thrives on its community. There's a lot of Discord channels for you to join as well that will help you and cultivate your love with this software. I will link it down below. And there's a lot of 3D models out there that you can just download for free, and you can look at it or use it in your little projects or something like that. You don't have to master modeling to like build a set. Let's say you are interested in like a storyboard, like let's say you are interested in storyboard, but you are not really good at perspective drawing. That's okay. You can learn a little bit of modeling, model out a room, and download some furnitures, free furnitures in 3D furnitures in the internet, and then put it in your room, and then voila, you got yourself a set that you can use to take a photo out of the set any angle you want with the correct perspective, export that image out, and then just trace back that perspective. I don't think it's cheating because you did create that set model. You know, you use Blender as your tool to help in your perspective drawing. Now we'll go to the real side of learning Blender. I need you to have like a certain mindset when you're learning Blender. All right, so basically you will face a lot of render time, and if you have like a weaker specs computer or laptop, the render time will be much more. I have like a laptop that is just motorcycles. I have a laptop that is just not really high specs but not low specs, just like a standard amount, and the render time is waitable. You know, so it's not that bad. It's not like 9 hours for 30-second clips. It's not that. It's good enough. So get yourself a good specs laptop. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, one thing I have to mention here, this is future Najib looking back at his video. You don't have to have like a good specs of laptop. Yeah, sorry, that was my mistake there. You just have to use what you have, you know? If you have like a low specs laptop, you can still use Blender and learn it. It's just that the render time will be a bit more, and that will teach you the art of patience. You know, you will start to actually look for more time in your day on where you can render. You know, there are a lot of artists out there who doesn't have a high specs laptop. I know I don't. You know, I just have like a standard one. You know, but from what I've heard from people who don't have these high standards laptops, is they would actually render when they are sleeping, or they would render something before they go out, you know, so that the render is ready when they come home. So yeah, it is okay if you don't have like a high specs laptop. All right, I just feel like I need to mention that because I felt like that was kind of wrong for me to say like just get a good standard laptop, because not all can afford that. So yeah, I just need to address that. Like if you're stuck on a step in when you're like following a tutorial or something, it's okay. Let that tutorial rest, that project let that project go to rest first and follow another tutorial. Maybe that tutorial is a little bit more advanced and you need a little bit you need a little bit more experience before you can follow through with that tutorial. So start another tutorial, start another new project if you're stuck on one. All right, my final advice for you when you want to start learning this software is, I mean, if you want to start learning any software, to be honest, I think this advice can be applied to any software. Just create something at your first try. You don't have to learn what each button do, you know? Learn the buttons as you go when you try to create something, you know? So I highly recommend following a tutorial so that you can have a final product that you can be proud to say you created that. I think that's it for this video. I hope you are interested to learn in Blender because you know who to watch now. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll check back with you in the next video. Thank you so much for giving me time and tuning in with my video. I think I said thank you so much a lot of times. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.